Well, I feel very happy that it's not how long you stay in a place that matters, but how impactful you use the position to serve humanity. Like I said, and underscored by the awards presenters, I've been in the Senate for about 10 months. And within the 10 months, I've been involved in all the activities in the Senate, debates on other people's motions and bills, and my own motions. So I didn't know that within so short a time, that God will use me to bring a motion to address the plight of our Nigerian children in a manner that it touched everybody. These motions that they considered were many, and they voted and found this motion to be most passionate, most compassionate, most direct towards tackling the problems that affect our children. Children are a special segment in our society. When you take a child that is less than 16 years and put him in prison, it's unconscionable for any nation to do that. A child at that age will not be punished for any offense. Indeed, what you need to do is to reform the child, take the child over, reform the child, prepare the child for the future, and release him back to the society. But here, we take children who go in the streets hawking to support their families due to lack of social security. They are not given education, and the only way we can pay them back for denying them their rights as children will be to subject them to further dehumanization and punishment, throwing them into prisons and allow them to rot away in the prisons. So it wasn't good at all. So I am happy that this motion serves the purpose of Nigeria. It's not a sectional motion, and I'm sure that was why it won. Most of the motions you see in plenary at the Senate, senators tend to bring things that affect their people only. There are many. But this motion is not sectional. It's a motion that addressed the plight of the Nigerian children. And I'm sure that was why it won, from what I was told. And having said that, it's an indication that when you think about everybody, people will applaud it, people will appreciate it. I want all of us that are in the National Assembly to be thinking about Nigeria as a whole. Let us be even-handed in the things we do. So also I'm passing this message to the executive arm of government. We should not discriminate against any Nigerian in any affairs of government. Let us live together and live harmoniously, seeing the problems that affect any part of Nigeria as problems that affect the whole of Nigeria. We are fighting insurgency in the Northeast today, deploying billions of dollars in fighting insurgency in the Northeast. It's for the good of Nigeria. So also, any challenge we find in any part of Nigeria, the government of Nigeria should tackle it immediately so that all of us will share the same common destiny, common faith, common confidence in the Nigerian nation. And if we continue doing this way, we'll be able to resolve all the problems that we have, without looking at you from where you come from.
Thank you.
So I think this is a good one. We've addressed these issues. The Child Protection Act is an act of the National Assembly. It's for people to obey this. The other day, I cried when I read about a child that was raped to death, a 13-year-old girl that was raped to death in Benue State. It's a very sore point in the life of this nation where our children are abused, and when we hand down very strict sanctions on people who are caught in this nefarious act, it will be better for Nigeria. There's no reason why a child should be abused by adults for any purpose. So it's for us to do everything to promote the awareness, both on televisions, the rights of children in our midst. The children are a vulnerable group. They don't know anything yet in life, and it's for us to ensure that they are given the best, both education and otherwise, and protected from assault from their adult members of the nation. So I think it's a duty for all of us to ensure that any time we see a child in danger, we know that that child is vulnerable everybody must intervene to save the child. If we grow with that consciousness, our children will have a privileged position, both in the affairs of government, so that even UNESCO, which Nigeria subscribes to, there's no reason why we should treat the issues that affect children with levity. We must be very serious. It's a very serious criminal offense to endanger a child more than that of endangering an adult, because the child is vulnerable. We must give them that priority they deserve to be able to grow, nurture them, and provide them employment, because we have to prepare our children and give them protection as they move into the next stages of their lives.